All right, let's do some Final Fantasy streaming. I don't get to stream enough, especially at night. You know, kids, wife, all that stuff. It can make it kind of hard to stream as much as I'd like to. So let's make sure that I am on the right server. That way you guys have good download and upload speed for my thing, which I do. So we're good. I think we are good to go. Let's do this. Pull up my screen, pull this thing up, and we are good to go. So in case you're wondering what the hell is going on, I am playing a little NES game called Final Fantasy. It is the first Final Fantasy, the original that was released in Japan in 1987, but of course I have the American version, which was released in 1990. Right now I'm about to head into the Earth Cave to do some Lich things. I've already done the Earth Cave once, killed the vampire, got the ruby, gave it to the Titan, got the rod. Now I'm back at the Earth Cave to do some Earth Cave stuff. So let's check out my party in case you haven't followed any of my other streams, which you probably have not. Let's see what we got going on. So I have all my characters, as you can see, are at level 10. We have a little bit of gold over there. My red mage has this much magic going on. The main thing I need is this AI spell. That's very important because that is going to stop Lich from doing tons of damage to me. So, let's see here. All right. So yeah, that's pretty important, having the AIs, the A-Fire and the A-Lit. This is pretty much one of the only battles in the entire game where that's going to be really important, because eventually we'll start getting ribbons and that won't matter quite as much. But yeah, so we have that important stuff there. As you can see my layout, I've got a couple of fighters, I got a red mage and a black belt. Black belt, of course, doesn't have anything equipped except for he has some armor to get his absorb up to 17, because that's more than his level, which is level 10. Red mage, of course, has those things, and my fighters have those things. I have not bought any armor since I bought the chainmail at the very beginning of the game. So this is what I have for them. I'm just being cheap. Let's just put it that way. I'm just being a stingy cheapy. And there are my weapons. I've got 3 silver swords. And that's pretty much it. That's what's going on. My items, I got 99 heals. And it's hard not to make a Kanye reference there with the 99. 9 tents, 20 pures, 5 softs. 2 houses, 3 cabins, which shit doesn't matter. Alright, so I've already saved the game. That's why I have only 9 tents instead of 10 tents. 10 tents. So here we go. We're going in. So if you watched the last... I tried to stream earlier today, and my NES, my emulator that I used to run this game didn't save my file. So basically I had to go in, I had to delete all the old files and I had to do a bunch of stuff to make sure that it would in fact save, and now it has saved. So now I'm basically emulated back to where I was leading up to my last stream, or at the end of my last stream. So 5 gargoyles, nothing to worry about here, nothing to see here. These guys were tough like, I don't know, 5 levels ago. So since I'm streaming late night, which, like I said, I usually don't ever stream late. I'm always streaming, I'm usually streaming about noon. Mainly it's because my daughter's in school, my son is taking a nap, and my wife is at work. So it's easier, I'm not really doing much of anything. And I can stream during those times. But today my wife is she's having like a girls' night, and I've got the kids to bed. Because when you have little kids, you can get them to bed way early, and you can hang out and stream on Twitch and play games that were released almost 30 years ago for the internet to watch you do. So since I am streaming late night, I am drinking. So hopefully I won't say anything too insanely stupid. I'm already a couple of beers in. I'm classic. I guess you could call me Southern white trash. I'm not really that, but you can call me that based on what I drink, because I'm drinking some Miller Lite. As you can see, Miller Lite makes me happy. 16-ounce cans from the Anheuser-Busch company. I think they have 4.5% alcohol. You drink enough of them, you feel good. So yeah, I am being a responsible adult because I do have my camera on my boy, make sure that he's sleeping well in there. My daughter, I don't need to really worry about. She is fine. I have only one earplug in right now in case something crazy does happen. I can hear it. And that's pretty much it. That's what's going on. So, gargoyles. Apparently that's all you fight on the first dungeon, or first level of this dungeon. So there's 5 levels total in this dungeon. You just go straight down into the cave. You have to go into this cave twice in case you don't know. You go down once, you go down the first 3 levels, you fight a vampire, you get a ruby, you give it to a titan. The titan lets you through, you find a guy, he gives you a rod, you take the rod back down, blah blah, so forth and so on. I like how I said on the first level of the dungeon when I'm already on the second level of the dungeon. This dungeon really doesn't have much in the way of items that are worth going out of your way to get. When you're in dungeons, it's like really important to just fucking try to get through them as quickly as possible. With as few random encounters as you can possibly get into, because random encounters in dungeons can be very dangerous. They're typically harder, or certain random encounters anyway, can be harder than the final boss themselves. As we may run into, if we run into a horde of, or as I like to call them, a gaggle of undead creatures that can paralyze all your characters and then tink your fucking hit points away, 2 hit points at a time until all your characters are dead. There's a couple other random encounters in here that are just, you know, just gotta worry about. I'm checking my HP to make sure everybody's good. So far, we haven't run into any, like, difficult random encounters. Like, nothing so far that has, like, really made me think, like, fuck this game. All these, this is pretty much easy fare. The only thing I gotta worry about with the fucking green-looking wolves, or werewolves, woo-wolves, is that they can poison you. They just attack, you're poisoned, now I gotta use a pure. That's $75 I'm losing, but whatever. I got plenty of pures now, I'm not that worried about it. Alright. So there's a few good, I want to address the red mage real quick and why I only have a red mage. Because the magic users, and I've mentioned this in my previous videos, but if you're here and you've never seen the previous videos, then I shall address it now. For those of you that are probably wondering to yourself, why does he not have a white or a black mage? Me personally, based on the way the game works, since the intelligence stat in this game is bugged, I just don't see a purpose in having, you know, a white or a black mage. Because, granted, they do get the most powerful spells in the game at the end of the game, and once they get to level 25. But I plan on beating this game long before we get to level 25. Or not long before, but right around level 25. And at that point, you got 1 charge of nuke and no purpose. No purpose in having them. I'd rather just have the jack of all trades, master of none, or red mage to get through the early parts of the game. And then later on, he can just revert back to being what I would have in a normal white or black mage, which is just somebody that cures or heals or attacks or, you know, uses magic spells or whatever using items. Since, again, the intelligence stat is bugged, it doesn't matter what his intelligence is when I'm using items to do magic spells, like the Zeus Gauntlet to do Lightning 2, so forth and so on. So this is one of those battles I should have probably just went on ahead and just bit the bullet and used a Fire 2 charge. I'm just trying to save him for my battle with Lich, because he is weak to fire, because he's undead. But I don't know what I'm doing. Yeah, I should be fine. Our party's pretty powerful. They can do some. They can do some serious damage. It should be the end as long as Sarge and Owen don't get paralyzed. No. Unless Sarge just decides to hit for like fucking one hit, you know, do one hit of the 4 he has available for no amount of damage. There you go. So level 10, at least for the black belt, we got a level. So Puff is behind on levels. He died like when I was replaying through this game to get back to where I was. Or Puff is behind on experience points, I'm sorry. But once Sarge gets to, or the black belt gets to about level 10, that's when he like, his damage output starts really going up. His strength goes up every single level. His strength, I'm pretty sure, is either, I'm thinking it's double whatever your level is. Yes, his damage, I'm sorry. His damage output is double what your level is, and then his hit percentage is pretty high. So once each character gets to over 32 hit percentage, which as you can see, we're way past that with pretty much everybody. Then they add it. That's basically a hit multiplier, so they can do another hit. Since black belts obviously attack with their fist, they go from 2 hits to 4 hits. And that's a big difference. Big difference in like the amount of damage that the black belt will do. Now I got the first hit here, which is like so rare that ever happens. So I'm not going to bother wasting a Fire 2 charge. But of course I say that, now everybody's going to get paralyzed, I'm sure. And that would fucking piss me off if everyone got paralyzed. That's just the frustrating part about this game, is there's no save points in any of the dungeons. Even the final dungeon that's like 1 billion floors, or 1 billion levels, there's not a single save point inside of any of the dungeons. Therefore, if you die, and you can die very easily in just one random encounter, then you have to start the whole fucking dungeon all over again, and it's stupid. Now that's why people call this game a grind-heavy game, because most people, I mean, I don't know who's out there that's played this game before, but most people, I'm assuming, don't try to tackle the Earth Cave at level 10 or 11 now. I mean, most people try to... Like, I remember when I was a kid playing this game, this is the first Final Fantasy I ever played, which I know is crazy. Most people don't say that. Most people are like, oh, Final Fantasy 6 or 7. No, I actually played this game when it came out, either in 90 or in 91. You know, when you're a kid, you don't really remember that much for real. I'm going to run from these guys because there's too many of them. I'll do a Fire 2 in case I can get one off, but hopefully I can just run the fuck away quickly. Come on. No, not him. Yes, alright, cool. No. So as you've noticed, like, I'm not getting a single fucking treasure in this dungeon. And like I said, it's just mainly because you run into hordes of undead, and there's nothing really in this dungeon that's like worth getting. Things I can go on ahead and buy later on if I really wanted to. But for the most part, there's not a single thing in here that I'm like, ah, shit, I should totally get that. Not worth it. Not worth it to get fucking, to hit a random encounter that will murder me. Thanks for missing. So yeah, what I was saying was, like, way back when I was a kid playing this game, I would like grind the fuck, because the Marsh Cave is hard, man. Like, if you don't know what you're doing and you're a fucking 9 or 10-year-old kid that doesn't know anything about RPGs, the only thing you've ever played in your whole life besides D&D, and even then, like, I was kind of limited in my real knowledge of D&D because I was a kid and I played with other kids. Fuck is going on here? all I had ever played up to that point was, you know, platformers. So I didn't know what the hell I was doing. I just assumed it was best to just grind until you got the best fucking weapons possible for your party, and then go down into the marsh cave and fuck shit up, which you could. You could absolutely fuck shit up down there if you were at level 10 with, like, you know, all the best weapons. You know, your mages armed to the gills. You know, your fighter with the best armor and weapons and all that stuff. The only character that really is, like, totally worthless in this game is the thief. He's terrible. Because, again, none of his stats work. He has low strength, right? Super low strength. I'm going to go on ahead and use a fire too. This is a good battle to fight and win. Because they're mummies. I mean, they give good gold. And it's not, like, insanely dangerous, because all they do is put you asleep. But you'll wake up from being asleep after one round of combat. It's not like being paralyzed, where God knows when you'll ever be unparalyzed. Yeah, so the thief, what I'm saying is he has low strength. He can't really use much in the way of armor and weapons, and the only stat that he has that would matter, his agility, is bugged. So he's beyond worthless. Once he turns into a ninja, yeah, he can arm himself better. He can use better weapons or armor. But again, he's still, like, his strength still sucks dick. His vitality is terrible. He's got, like, worse vitality than your white mage, so he'll have less hit points than your white mage. He's totally worthless. Don't use the thief. Whatever you do, don't use the thief in this game. So that's all I have to say about that. So we're in the final dungeon, or we're in the final area of the Earth Cave. Like old school RPGs, a lot of, like, you're probably like, what's going on to the right of your screen? Like, why didn't you go over that way? Why are you just going straight to this room? Because there's a bunch of bullshit over there and there's nothing going on. Like, it's just the way to make you do more busy work. Alright, so this battle can get ugly. Basically, Jay's going to use ice. He's going to use this spell here, right? And if he cannot use that spell before Lich has his first attack, and if Lich's first attack is Ice 2, then that can seriously wreck our party. So we're gonna see what happens here. So this is your first Elemental Fiend. This is the main reason you play this game, is you are trying to kill the 4 Elemental Fiends. He is of Earth, the very first one you have to fight, and then you go back in time and do a bunch of bullshit I'm not going to worry about talking about later, or talking about right this second. So ice, that's what we're doing, and we're going to fight. We're just going to pray that Jay goes before Lich, before he uses Ice 2. This is not good. There we go. Sorry, I think there might be a bug in my house. Alright, so he does Ice 2. As you can see, that damage there is, like, very minimal. But if I had not gotten ice off before he did that, it would have quadrupled that damage. So instead of doing 30 damage, it would have done 120, and so forth and so on. So it could have, that's why I was like, we'll wreck my shit. So, we'll move on. Like I said, he's weak to fire, so he's also weak to holy or harm in this game, but I don't have a white mage, so I have no way to use that. He only has 400 hit points, so this battle should not take long at this point. This might actually kill him. We got one more. No, this should actually kill him then. No, it did not. All right. We got one more round of combat. And then this should end it all. I could have... I know that the next spells that he does, I think, is Fire 2, but he should not last long enough for him to go to rotate through his spells. And that's how you deal with Lich. And that's it. Now you go to your start screen. Oh, you got to go through the thing first. So you got to hit this guy up here. Alright, that gives you your orb. As you can see, my bottom right orb is lit up. Lit AF, fam. and then you hit that thing and you are exited out of here. So I don't even have to worry about the exit spell that I don't have because I don't have a white mage. Actually, I'm pretty sure the red mage can use exit once he is upgraded to a red wizard. But I could be wrong. I'm pretty sure I'm wrong. I don't think the red mage can use that spell. So yeah, that's it. That's the Earth Cave in a nutshell. It's all over. What the fuck? Alright, so first can of beer down. I'll finish it off real quick, and then I got a second can over here on standby, so I don't have to walk away from the screen. Because I am not very Twitch savvy, which is probably why I have nobody following me or viewing this stream. Not insanely Twitch savvy, so I don't have like a BRB screen. I mean, I could potentially grab one of my daughter's pieces of paper and write down in Sharpie BRB and just put it over here so that everyone can be like, holy shit, what the fuck is that? The only thing I literally figured out how to do was to make my emulator to capture my emulator, capture my stream chat, and obviously use the webcam on my, man, I got this mosquito. I got him good. I don't know why there's mosquitoes in my house. Actually, I totally know why. My dog is geriatric. He's like almost 17 years old, and if I leave the door closed for any amount of time, he just pees in the house. He's like, where, am I outside? Fuck yeah, let's pee. Alright. I don't really have to worry about these hordes of undead anymore. Alright, I'm gonna go on ahead and close this door. I'm tired of bugs being in my house already. There we go. No one likes getting paralyzed, man. This shit is lame. Especially since, like I said before, who knows how long it takes before you just miraculously are cured. So last stream I talked a little bit about music. I could go back to talking about music if anyone cares. All the people that are watching. So the next, but before I do that, let's talk about what I need to do next. So this is Melman. This is the city that is it's super lame. I'm sure it is, Danielle. Being paralyzed is probably really, I don't know anything about it. I think you have a little knowledge on the whole paralyzed thing. All right, so first things first. Do I want to pick up magic spells for my red mage? Will I get to a point where it's better to just get them now, or should I wait? I'm thinking I should at least pick up Fire 2. Or Fire 3, I mean. So I'll go on ahead and, as I go into the white mage place, what do we have in here? Healed. I can't even use hardly any of these spells. Yeah, I'll probably just pick up Fire 3. Just like I said, I don't think my red mage can, even a red wizard can use any of those spells. But since I have the money, for once, yeah, fuck it, I'm not gonna bother. Fuck out of my way, you goddamn person. Alright. So I did save the game, we're good. So next thing you do, once you get out of this area, I'm gonna head over to Elfland. Or no, I'm not gonna head over to Elfland. What the fuck am I talking about? I gotta head over to Crescent City. So Crescent City is on the far east side of the main continent that we've been on this whole time. So there's two ways I can get there. I can either sail on the south side of the main continent and go that way, or I can just traverse the whole world going westbound until I get there. That's probably the way I'm gonna go, because there's no reason to go to Elfland right this second. I'll hit up Elfland once I go to Crescent City. That'll be the next place I go, because I've got two places I'm gonna head up. after that before I go move on to the main story. But we'll talk about that once we get there. Danielle, I hope you're doing good. Thanks for tuning in. Danny 38, 83. You're not even 38. I mean, I get the 83. That's the year you were born. But what's the 38? Is it just 83 backwards? Tell me. Inquiring minds must know. Because I know you're younger than me. Based on 83. Because I was born in 81. Because I'm an old man. I'm an old man that plays 30-year-old video games on the internet while my children sleep and my wife is out to play. That's what's happening here. Alright, so this battle would normally suck a whole lot. Oh yeah, that's your birthday. I'm so stupid. I'm like the worst friend ever. I'm like, what's the 38 mean? March 8th, of course. Terrible. Alright. So I'm not sure what Ice 2 is going to do in comparison to anything else. It's actually doing pretty decent damage. I think Ice 2, if I want to say, I don't know for sure, but I want to say it does between 20 and 60. And then, of course, Ice 2 doubles that, depending on the roll. Yeah. Scorpions were totally things I would worry about back in the Earth Cave. Not so much now. Or, sorry, Marsh Cave. Not so much an enemy I have to worry about at this point. The only reason why I really use magic there is just because I didn't want to deal with a long drawn-out battle and getting poisoned by a bunch of scorpions. As you can see, that was a total waste of time because I got, like, nothing as far as, you know, whatever. Spells. Experience. $38.83. Alright, so the main reason why we're going to Crescent, it advances plot points, essentially. Storyline. There are 12 sages, sages, that live in Crescent City. And they're like, hey, by the way, thanks for killing Lich. And then they give you, like, pretty much the entire story of the rest of the game, which is, you know, what's going on with the fire crystal and water crystal and wind crystal and blah, 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 stuff and things. Things that are, you know, kind of important as far as the game is concerned. But the main thing that they do is they give you the canoe, which can have you, you get on water that isn't the oceans. Use like the rivers and lakes and stuff. So I don't need to go that way. What the fuck am I doing? Alright, so first off, I need more heals. So let's go on ahead and just get this shit out of the way. I apologize ahead of time for doing this. I gotta get all the way back up to 99 heals. And there's no other way to do it but to just do it. And I'll pick up a few pures too while I'm at it. You find out that you're at 99 heals because the text box on the far left hand, upper left hand, is going to say you cannot carry anymore or something along those lines. Yep. So that means I got 99. And I don't think I used that many pures when I was in the last area. Yeah, okay, so I'm good there. And I can't buy any tints here, so I'm not going to worry about it. I could pick up better armor if I wanted to. I might pick up a buckler for my... I think my red mage can use a buckler. I'm about to find out right now. Shit, I don't know. Let's see. He may not be able to. And then I just wasted 2,500. Which is like totally... Oh no, he can. Great. That's perfect. The other guys, they're fine. They're fine. I mean, look at their stats. Got 38 absorb. He's only got 22. 31. Yeah, they're fine. I'm not upgrading again. Not really. I'm not really about that spending money life. What do I have? Yeah. Alright, so I'm good as far as selling shit. Alright, great. So you come back this way, you go up here, you go all the way down here and over there. As you can see, there's a circle of dudes just... I don't know why there's a circle of dudes over here. There's no lady in the middle, so I'm very confused. What 12 guys would be doing in a circle? But talk to this guy down in the bottom right-hand corner here, and he's like, hey, here's a canoe, you fucker. How does this one guy have a canoe on him? I don't know if you've ever seen a canoe, but they're huge. So if you want to talk to all these guys, they basically just tell you fucking earth, wind, fire, water, prophecy, bullshit. Things that are, you know, they're storyline important, but for the most part, I don't really need to talk about them. Alright, so before you couldn't walk through this, now boom, look, I'm in a canoe. Look at that shit, that's incredible. Thank you, Sages, for the canoe. So at this point in the game opens up at least a little bit. There's not one particular thing you have to do to move on with your quest. There's several things I can do right now. I can go to 3 different areas. I can either go to, well, the first place you're really supposed to go to is the Gurga volcano, which is where the fire fiend is, Carrie. Now, you don't have to do that. There's no reason to do that. You know, there's items and shit down there that are mild upgrades, but for the most part, there's no reason to go down there until later on when you actually need to get the fire orb done. And then there's 2 other areas you can go to. You can go to the ice cave, which you get something called a floater, which means you can get the airship. And then the airship opens up the rest of the world for you. The last place you can go to is a place called the Castle of Ordeals, which is actually, of the 3 areas we can go to, it is the optional place. I don't have to go there. The only reason to go there is to get the rat's tail, which can do something called a class change, which basically turns our fighters into knights, our red mage into a red wizard, and our black belt into a master of whatever. Now, the main reason why I choose to do the optional place, which is the Castle of Ordeals, is because it's a pretty short dungeon. It's very easy, and there's super good armor upgrades in there. Weapon upgrade, you get the ice sword, which is better than the silver sword I currently have now. You can get the gold armlet, which is better than the silver armlet Sarge has on, or that even Jay has on for his silver armor. And then you get the main thing, the main important thing is the Zeus Gauntlet, which is as much of an armor upgrade as it is for my fighters. I'm not going to put it on my fighters. I'm actually going to give it to my red mage, so my red mage has unlimited castings of Lightning 2. And that will make things much easier when I go into the ice cave to get the floater, to get the stupid airship. And then from there I move on to other things, and then I'll eventually come back to the fire cave volcano place. But again, if you do those things, you get the floater, you get the airship, you can kind of do whatever you want to at that point. The game opens up tremendously, and you can go to any dungeon in any order you want to at that point. For the most part. There's some other things that you kind of have to do. You kind of have to go down into the water dungeon to get the slab so you can learn stuff that doesn't matter. I don't know what I'm talking about. Right, what am I doing? Alright, so we're good there. Everybody's good. How about my items? Are my items looking good? Yep. Alright, let's go ahead and save the game. And then to get to the Castle of Ordeals, which you're here's the deal. The game doesn't expect you to go there. The game expects you to go to the Castle of Ordeals a different way than I'm about to go. But this is actually the easiest way to get to the Castle of Ordeals. You head out of Elfland. You go south until you're on the northern hemisphere, which you know how worlds work. Until you're on the northern hemisphere, which is where we are now. The northern hemisphere has no ship docks, which is why you have to get the canoe. Now, to get onto the northern hemisphere with a ship, you need the canoe. You need to dock the ship at a river and then hop into your canoe, that's crazy that you can even do that. I don't even know how that's a thing, but it can be done. At least in this game, it can be. Now what I will say about this crew is, like, while the Castle of Ordeals is easy, it's just like any other fucking dungeon in this game. You can get one shitty random encounter and the game can be over. So I could get a game over going in here. I could get several game overs. The main enemy I do not want to run into is what's called red gargoyles, because they can spam fire 2 at you, and that would be terrible. Alright, so basically you get to a river mouth of the river, and then you just hop on to your canoe, and now you're here. And there's the Castle of Ordeals right there to the south. Simple, simple. Now these Hydras hit hard. Got 3 attacks for however much on Sarge, which, I mean, come on, you're gonna hit the guy at the very bottom? Seriously? Bullshit. Yeah, so let's heal him up real quick. The only other way to get here is you use the airship, and you gotta be like way far fucking east of here, and then you have to walk all the way down here. So this is actually pretty much the easiest way to get to this dungeon. Alright, let's go ahead and use a tent, save the game up. And the reason why I don't worry about if I die in here or not, by the way, you can't even get in here unless you have the crown, which the crown is obviously something you have to get in order to continue the game. So that's the secondary use of the crown that you get from Astos, which is much later. This part of the game is weird. So you walk into pillars? You just walk into pillars. Alright, so of course this is the battle I was talking about, like, I did not want to fight. Luckily I got a we get to strike first deal, so I can get the fuck out of this battle. So basically the gimmick in here is that you just go to this one that's further south. If there's a pillar in the room, there's a way to get to a pillar, you just go to the one that's further south. And you will go the way you need to go. Alright, so we got some wizard mummies. I'll use one of my castings of Fire 2. I need at least one casting, or if not 2 castings of Fire 2 for the final boss in this area, which is just some zombie dragons. It could be 1 or 2 zombie dragons. It's never more than 2 zombie dragons. They only do physical attacks and they can paralyze you, but for the most part, it's your typical undead bullshit fare in this game. The good thing about anything being undead is that they are obviously weak to fire. Alright. Yes, excellent. This battle is going great. Contrary to Wizard Mummy name, they don't actually use any sort of magic that I'm aware of. But anyways, battle's over. As you can see, tons of experience, tons of gold. Owen's up to level 12. So he gained a level just by walking in and actually fighting a battle. And at this point of the game, since we're pretty under-leveled compared to most people that try to get through this part of the game, we'll start gaining levels pretty quickly as long as we fight random encounters. Let's go on ahead and heal up and make sure that this golem doesn't fuck my shit up. So next thing, this treasure chest. I don't think I need to actually check this treasure chest, if I don't get this here, I'm pretty sure I can get it in the next level of the dungeon, but I always do it here just because it's what I'm used to doing. So that tile there is trapped. It's usually between 1 and 3 mud golems, but I always run away because I would not do well against them. And then you get the Zeus Gauntlet. Now, I'm pretty sure anybody except for my black belt can equip this thing. I don't know. He may not be able to equip it. No, he can't. But it doesn't matter because I'd rather him have it. Because I need my 2 fighters to actually attack. And Jay can now use the Lightning 2 forever, at least for the time being. Alright, so let's do that. So when I say to use the Zeus Gauntlet, these things can turn you to stone, by the way, which should not surprise you since they're Gorgons. Basically, you go to the item screen here, and then you just select the Zeus Gauntlet, and that'll automatically do Lightning 2. Wow. Alright, he stopped. He stopped. But none of that really matters, because I'm about to Lightning 2 a bunch of people. The only thing that sucks about being turned to stone is that now they will miss out on experience points, and I cannot cure them of their stone status because when you hit drink, softs don't come up, which is a fucking oversight. Like, what the fuck is that? So, whatever. Poison. They can also poison you. I forgot about that. Whatever. Alright, well, Puff and now Jay are ahead of Owen and Sarge as far as experience points are concerned. As you can see, I pick up a few softs just for special occasions like that when I run into fucking stupid enemies that can turn all your people into stone. Alright, so this is the last one. Go up this flight of stairs here. And I am on the 2nd level of this dungeon, which, God, you'd think I was not on the 2nd level of this dungeon as long as it's taken me to get just to that staircase. But yeah, this dungeon's only 2 levels long. Alright, so this next tile I'm about to step on is also trapped. You fight these 2 things called nightmares, which are weak to ice. Normally I run away from them, but since I have ice too, I may as well fight them. You can see, one-shotted that one, and all I need is for Puff to kill that top one, which he did not. Maybe Sarge will do it. Thank you, Sarge. And again, good experience, good gold. This gives you a heal staff, which, again, pretty useful, does exactly what you think it does. If you use it as an item, it will use heal 1, which does not give much in the way of... Oh, fuck this battle. This is the other battle that I was worried about. These things can also spam fire too. So I'm going to use A fire with Jay and just pray to God that he goes first. Otherwise, I'll pray that the other guys can run before this bullshit starts happening. Yeah. Low roll. Alright. Motherfuckers. Alright, well, at least I was able to get the fuck away from that battle, so looks like it's just gonna be 2 fighters. And that's the thing, like, that's the thing with Final Fantasy 1, is the game, I mean, it's a tough game, but it's mostly unfair. Like, you can totally be prepared and ready for anything that happens, and then a battle like that will happen where you just get spammed with fucking magic spells that you can't do anything about. Like, even if I was at like level 20, that setup could have probably wrecked me. Alright, I don't know what's in there. Alright, so anyways, Ice Sword better than Silver Sword, whatever. I'll trade the heal staff to him. I'll drop, actually, you know what? I'm gonna trade Zeus Gauntlet with the Iron Gauntlet. Trace this to that. Actually, yes. Put that. Huh. My fighters can't even equip that. Well, no fucking shit. Huh. Get that shit. I had no clue. I just assumed they could have equipped anything. Right. Sorry. Trying to move all my stuff around so that at least somebody can do something. Alright, so I'm gonna... Because he can never equip the copper armlet, right? Go ahead and drop this. Because I know what this thing is going to be. It's going to be a gold armlet. Or a gold bracelet, or whatever you want to call it. And what I'm going to do... Actually... Because I know that's better than that. Not that that matters if he has anything equipped, because he's dead. Oh man, thank God I got, like, holy crap, that could have been ugly. I'll talk about the sorcerers here in a sec, but I am so happy I got a fucking chance to strike first, because those sorcerers are the cheapest enemy in the entire game. Basically, they can hit you, and instead of you being poisoned or stunned or whatever, put to sleep, it just kills you. It just says... They hit you, it's like 1 point of damage, slain. And you're like, what? They didn't even do anything to me. So we're gonna hope that we can get through these zombie dragons. It shouldn't be hard, but I don't know. I'm worried about this battle. Because there's 2 of them. And they do that kind of damage. And we do that kind of damage. Ooh, this is bad. I could use my Zeus Gauntlet, but I think I'd rather just attack and just hope for the best. Just kill him. Oh. Oh, he's paralyzed. That's not good. Fuck. Alright, well. Kill him? No, alright. There you go. Alright, alright. $47. Jesus. That's the problem with your character being paralyzed, is like they just do this shit where they don't fucking do anything for God knows how many periods of combat. And now it's like, oh, puff, whatever. And he's dead. And now he's paralyzed, and the game's about to be over. Which, again, would not have been a big deal if I hadn't run into those fucking enemies that use that bullshit fucking Fire 2 nonsense over and over again. What are you gonna do? You're just gonna see me do a lot of the same shit that I just did a second ago. I'm just frustrated by that because... I mean, that's just annoying. Like, I shouldn't have to do this again. If there were save spots in these fucking dungeons, then I wouldn't have to worry about this. But it's not like I run into that many random encounters. It's just, it depends on what random encounters you run into. Like this. Like, I literally ran into like maybe 4 random encounters the whole time. And this was one of them. And this is the bullshit that happens during this random encounter. Like, I really need to either run away from this battle or not die. Oh, thank God. Alright. Well, holy shit. I don't really believe in God, but thank him for that particular moment. Danielle, I mean, what are the odds that that would happen is all I'm saying. If you're even still watching. Let's heal up all my peeps. Fuck, I did not mean to use a heal there. So heals give you a grand whopping 30 HP. Which you can blow through pretty quickly if you run into a battle like that. And everyone loses it well over 100 HP. Back through here. We'll get the Zeus Gauntlet again. I might actually fight this Mud Golem. That's the worst he can do, right? I mean, he probably hits really hard. And I know he can poison you. But hell, we hit hard too. Oh shit, he used fast. That's not good. Fast is one of those few random buff magic spells that actually does what it's supposed to do. Fast essentially makes you attack more. I have no clue what the odds are. I can't believe you're still watching. Let's see here. Alright, so again, move that over here. And yeah, we're good. Since those guys can't use the Zeus Gauntlet, I'd rather have my Red Mage, who is the weakest of all my characters, use the Lightning 2. Works out good. So yeah, fast, basically that means you attack more. So it's a magic spell that makes you, that raises your hit percentage. And so you would go from like 2 hits to 4 hits or whatever, right? So it's actually pretty awesome. It's a pretty good debuff, and it actually works. Like I said, it's one of those few spells in the game that actually works and does what it's supposed to do. Alright, so Zeus got, like I said, Lightning 2. It's not going to do as much damage as if I did Fire 2 to these guys, but it is free. So, may as well use it, right? It's a free casting of that, where I would lose a charge of my Fire 2 if I had used said Fire 2. And whatever, does damage, who cares? Should be fine here. This should end the battle, even with Puff asleep. Which he'll wake up after this round of combat anyway. You see, sleep is bugged in this game because your character will always wake up on the next, either that round of combat when their turn comes up, or the following round of combat when their turn comes up. Alright, so Puff gained level, oh no, everyone gained up to level 12, that's great. I might have to take a break here in a sec just to get more alcohol. Fuck. These red motherfucking gargoyles. These red gargoyles are just as fucking cheap and bullshitty as the fucking man cats. Oh, he did not use Fire 2. That's great. That is unreal. Normally that's like an anomaly. Normally that's like their go-to spell. Fire 2 everywhere. Alright, so again, run into this battle, couple of fucking horses or whatever. High evade. So it's tough to actually hit them, but they are weak to ice, like I said earlier. Snorting is a worthless spell that causes darkness. Blind. But again, I think blind is bugged in this game. I think. Now that Ice 3, or Ice 2 spell, as you saw, like, rolled pretty low damage. Like, I'm pretty disappointed in that. I could use Zeus, but I don't think the Lightning 2 does well against these horses. Yeah, I should have just attacked. Okie dokes. So heal staff again. We're just going ahead and trade that over there. Let's make sure everybody's healed up for this final confrontation. Okay, we're good. So 3 more treasure chests. Iron Gauntlet. I'm going ahead and... Come on, Greg. Oh. And the gold armlet, of course, or the gold bracelet, of course, I'm going to give to my red mage because it is better than the silver armor, and also the silver armor sells better than the silver bracelet, or silver armlet bracelet thing, or whatever. So we're good here, everything's good. Don't worry about the gloves, whatever. And then of course the ice sword is better than the silver sword. You would think ice sword would do better against fire enemies, not the case. That stuff is bugged as far as the attack properties of weapons in this game is concerned. They do not do what they're supposed to do. So it would not do more damage against fire creatures. Alright, here it is, the tail that I talked about earlier that does the class change later on in the game once we get the airship. And let's go on ahead and fight our zombie dragon. Ah, there's two of them again. It's like fucking Christmas over here. But at least there's four of us instead of one of us, or two of us, that is. So let's see how this goes down. Hey, at least my puff was cured. Of course, my red mage is paralyzed now. Alright, terminated. I think that's a great line, terminated. Like, that lets you know, yeah, you fucked him up. He's terminated. He's terminated. There we go. And that battle is said and done. And that's it. You go through the chair, and you're back to the first floor of this dungeon. And you're done. You're done here. You've got the things you needed. Use a tent. So I'll go on ahead and use real quick. And I'm going to take this moment to take a quick break to get myself another beer and use the restroom. So if anybody comes in and is like, what the fuck's going on? Where's this guy? Just let them know. I'm using the restroom. I hit him with a BRB. BRB. All right, I'm back with a vengeance. Let's get my life together over here. All right, sorry about all that. For all of you, all of my many fans that are watching right now, I apologize. All right, so next place, after this random encounter that I'm just gonna, do I fight it? I don't even know. I may as well fight it, see what's the worst thing that can happen, right, Danielle? Danielle, I'm going to call you out every chance I get since you're the person I know is watching. So if I just randomly just spout out Danielle, you know, chatting at you, buddy. Alright, so this battle's not really going... It's not hard, obviously. They're not like doing tons of damage to me. Sorry. Trying to see what's going on. Cool. Let's do this. All right, there's still one more of these left? Good lord. Yeah, we'll just fight them. Fuck it. Yes, it should be. Every time I name drop you, Danielle, you should take a sip and see how you do. How are you doing, by the way? How are your drinky drinks coming along? Because apparently the drinking game is, at least for the first episode, or the first time I played through this, was, what are the odds? Apparently I said that a ton the first time, and then I would confirm that I knew what the odds were, because I do. Or at least I did in the early onsets of the game. But now I don't, you know, like at this point, I just know certain things fuck your shit up, other things don't. And I know the odds of what my, what all the bosses and stuff are gonna do to me. So yeah. Yeah, what kind of alcohol are you tasting? What are you drinking? I'm assuming it is not Anheuser-Busch's prized possession of Miller Lite. I could have probably just used lightning too to make that battle end quicker. Alright, so we leave here, we go up here, we go back to Elfland. We stock up on supplies, which I'm sorry I'm gonna have to do the thing that I do every single time I go back to a city is like fucking is buy a bunch of heals. So you can see that ice sword, man, that is an expensive piece of armor, right, or weaponry right there. That heal staff is also very expensive, but I'm never gonna sell that thing. I need it. Alright. Only thing I'm gonna sell. No. No. Yes, that's the one I was gonna sell. Don't need to sell any of that. Don't need to sell any of that. I'll sell one of these gloves. The issue is I may as well get the $30 I would get from selling that because I only have like those armor slots left open. And once I use those armor slots, then they are gone forever. Like, basically I cannot carry anything else, which is the thing that you saw. Oh shit, someone's following me. Oreo said. It's definitely not beer, that shows. Talk about not beer that way. Beer ain't gross. Beer's delicious. Look at how delicious it is. So tasty. Yummy yum. It's strawberry something and it has alcohol and that's what's important. And I agree with that statement. At the end of the day, it doesn't matter what you drink as long as it has alcohol in it and it makes you feel good when you drink it. I work in a restaurant and I work around sommeliers or whatever they're called, the people that fucking care about wine and can taste wine better than me, and spirits specialists and beer connoisseurs and all that stuff. And at the end of the day, who gives a fuck? If it gets you drunk, then drink it. I'm not gonna judge you one way or the other. The only thing I'm gonna judge you on is how much you tip, because, well, and then at the end of the day, that's still like I chose to be in that profession, but I'm still gonna judge you, damn it. So leave that sweet 20%. Unless you're like overseas, then do what you're supposed to do. Do whatever is custom in your neck of the woods. But if you're in America, tip that 20% because that's what you're supposed to. It's not even what you're supposed to do. It's just, it's what's right. It's what, you know. It's the unwritten rule of existing. Alright, so I know did I use softs and... Okay, I'm sorry, I got all my shit mixed up. Exactly, and drunk is a good way to be. I agree with you. My God, that is a brilliant statement. Alright, so what is going on? What am I doing? What are my characters looking like? He still can't even use fucking Fire 3. Alright, cool. So I'm gonna hit up the end here. I've sold off all the things I need to do and whatever. So next place we're gonna go. Yeah, I agree. Fuck bad tippers. You can't, like, you're gonna go out and spend money at, like, a fucking place. You can't leave, like, an additional 20%. Would you just prefer the 20% be added to your check anyway, and then the servers make, like, no money regardless? Because that's what restaurants would do. If we didn't get paid, like, fucking $2.13 an hour or whatever, then, and restaurants had to pay us a minimum wage or better than minimum wage, A, you would probably get, like, McDonald's service, whatever that means. And B, your food's still going to be expensive. It's going to be equally that expensive. A $200 meal is going to be a $240 meal. So yeah, you may as well. That's all I'm saying. But that's it. That's my rant of what I do professionally. No one cares that I serve tables or whatever, so I'm not gonna worry about it. I'm not gonna talk any more about it because tipping's like one of those weird things you can't really talk about. Like either you tip well and you get it and you know that you're a good person and you're gonna go to heaven if there's a heaven, or you're a bad tipper and you don't get why people would serve tables and you're gonna go burn in hell if hell exists because that's just the kind of person you are. You know, I'm not the person that's going to make you burn in hell. Satan's going to do that or whatever. You just know that when you arrive at the gates of hell or whatever, and whatever their version of St. Peter is, fucking demon Gabriel or whatever, greets you at the gates of hell, he's going to be like, yeah, you know, remember that time you went to that restaurant and you ran up a $500 tab and you left $0 and the server had to tip out like whatever percent of that anyway? Yeah, that's why you're here in fucking hell, because you suck. You suck as a human. So anyways, that's enough of that rant. I should probably like use my Zeus gauntlet that I got. No, you're not a horrible person. Shut up. Don't talk poorly about yourself, Danielle. You are not a horrible person. You're easily my favorite person that is wheelchair bound. And I know 2. Or 3. I know more than that. I know people that are in wheelchairs, damn it. You're my favorite. By far. Alright, so yes, next thing I was doing, I'm sorry, I went on that stupid rant, is I am going to the ice cave, which is, I mentioned before. Sorry, thought somebody was home. I mentioned before, the ice cave is where you get the floater, which gets you the airship, which opens up the rest of the world to you. So that is where I'm headed now. I'm actually not going to go to the volcano area until much later on. I'm going to open the door up for my geriatric dog before he ends up pissing all over my house. You should feel a lot. Danielle, you're also my favorite person that lives in West Virginia, if that makes you feel any special. So, my favorite person that is wheelchair bound, my favorite person in West Virginia. I mean, you are easily my favorite person that does a lot of things that are very specific. Alright, so you fucking go through this maze of bullshit of rivers and whatever to get to the ice cave, right? You go through all this stuff. If you don't know what you're doing, it's fucking annoying. And it's stupid. It's annoying and stupid, is what it is. Alright, so I texted Lauren. Movie, blah, 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 stuff and things, whatever. Alright, so you would think you're on a river. Hey, at least. Yeah, it's the best part of the entire game. It is by far the easiest part in the game, according to this gentleman that is just messaged me. Hello, Giraffe Me, which is a very funny name. I like that name. So yes, it is opposite day here in the world of Final Fantasy because, well, he says this is the easy place, right? It is actually one of the toughest places in the whole game. It's riddled with... Sorry. The Ice Cave is like, it's just one of those places. You just run into non-stop hordes of undead that can paralyze you and do stupid shit. Sorcerers live down here too, and they're cheap as fuck. It makes me want to puke, this area. But it's what you're gonna do. It's what's up next. Thank you for joining me and watching me play Final Fantasy. You're the first person that I don't know personally, watching me play the game. Drinking some sweet Miller Lite, as you can see there. I've got my crew together. I've got a couple of fighters, a red mage and a black belt, and we're just punching and kicking our way through the game. How many people do I know in West Virginia? Several? I feel like I know at least 4 or 5 people in West Virginia. I know that makes you feel really special, but at least that many. All right, so this is what I got going on. I got that much gold. I'm at level 12. I'm like really, I have a death wish. What can I say? So, first thing, you get this cheery music, which is bullshit. This music right here is like not what you need to be listening to when you're about to enter essentially what is the second toughest dungeon in the entire game. So wizards, as obviously we fought these guys in the Marsh Cave, we cannot run away from wizards. We have to fight them. But luckily I have the Zeus Gauntlet that I got at the Castle of Ordeals, which means I have unlimited Lightning 2 attacks. And I'm in a much better place as far as armor and levels and blah 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 is concerned. So I can probably... So I have a better chance against these guys than I would have, I don't know, 7 levels ago or whenever I got through the Ice Cave. Or the Marsh Cave, I mean. Still, wizards hit pretty hard considering that I have much better armor equipped than I did earlier. They're probably, and the thing about the wizards is like, they're probably like the most sought after battle. I would fight non-stop hordes of wizards before I fight any of the other bullshit that's down here. So let's see what's happening. So first thing you do, you go down this way, you go south, you go to the fucking westerly. Alright, so we got wraiths. These things are of course undead, which is pretty much the theme. Yeah, I know. Don't even get me started on sorcerers. Yeah, cockatrices turn you to stone. Now, you're probably wondering, why would you use Lightning 2? Well, I don't want to use all my fucking Fire 2 charges. At least not the... Holy shit, that was so much damage. It did to my old fucking fighter person. Holy crap. Alright. It's fine. Whatever. I'm not that concerned about it. Yeah. Twice, I agree. Yeah. You gotta do that fucking battle twice. It's so stupid. And don't even forget, if you want to get, like, the good armor in this game, you gotta fight those, ice dragons. Well, and again, the good thing about going into a place like this underleveled... the good thing about going into a place like this underleveled is that we should be gaining some levels. You know, if we fight all the random encounters. What did I just pick? yeah, so like you said, this area is pretty brutal. And then you just go into this giant corridor, which this room makes no sense. Like, really, you like make a hallway that like it's just a hallway, like 2 hallways going south and 2 going east and west. They make a square? Like, what the fuck is that? Of course, that was ineffective. I chose poorly when it came to which one I should have targeted. What? Okay, hold the fuck on for a second. What is going on? Alright, gotta text some peeps. Well, alright. So I had to text the peeps. Alright, Puff is up to level 13 now. He was the guy that was behind on levels. He died like early in the game. It happens. What are you gonna do? I mean, you can't keep everybody at the same level if you want to blow your brains out. Because that's like one of those things that's like really fucking hard to do. Alright. And again, I keep talking about the cheapness of this game, but this is just those kind of battles that can happen. You can like run into hordes of undead and they will attack first and they'll like paralyze everybody. But luckily they did not paralyze everybody. They just concentrated all their attacks on Puff, which obviously he's the one they're going to attack the most because each enemy has a 1 in 2 chance of attacking the main guy. So it's 1 in 2 for the top guy, 1 in 4 for the second guy, and then 1 in 8 for the other 2 guys. I should have just used fucking fire, right? What was I thinking dragging this battle out any longer than I needed to? I mean, and this is an easy battle, except for when that shit happens. At least Jay got cured. So you can try to use the Zeus Gauntlet again. But like 2 of them are dead now, so it should be okay. I don't know, what do you think, Giraffe Me? You think I'm gonna do okay? I think I'm gonna do alright at my paltry 12 levels. Jesus fucking Christ. I'm just gonna attack. Yeah, I'm okay. Thanks, man. I need to hear that. I wasn't sure for a second. Alright. Alright, so you go down 2 levels, you go into this room, which this room actually shares the same level, I guess, as another area of the game, but you can't obviously see it because it's so tiny. You go up a level, and then you're back on level 2. Or no. Yeah, you're back on level 2. You're back on the same level as the fucking square hallways or whatever. Let me make sure I heal up. I am good. I did. Of course I got the heal helm. The heal staff. Oh, this is the battle I did not want to fight. It's so fucking cheap. Alright. No biggie, we're just gonna run away, right? And then Puff is just gonna miss out on experience points. Again. Ah, thank God I got out of that shit. Alright. Let's go on ahead and do a couple of things real quick. Yeah, no biggie. No biggie. I only lost a guy. Alright, let's see here. Trade. And then trade. Yeah, only like that. Whatever. Alright, cool. We're good. So basically at this point, normally I would just fight every battle, But now, since I've lost somebody, I'm going to not fight battles. So you go into those circles. Circles take you down to the level with the weird small room that I was just in a second ago. Now the room, the square right in front of me is going to be a trapped area, which is going to be the Force 9 undead fight that he just mentioned earlier. So I could fight this battle, but it is a chance to strike first, so that's good. So that means I can just get out of here. The battle that I mentioned earlier that I did not want to have to fight, but I'm going to have to anyway because I'm down here and I need the armor, is this battle here. Now this next square that I'm about to hit is going to be another forced battle, or a trapped square as I like to call them. And that will be ice dragons. Now these guys can use blizzard, so I am going to hopefully run away before all my characters are dead. Thank God no one died. The ice armor, that's fine. The other treasure chest is a silver gauntlet, and I don't fucking care about the silver gauntlet. I can buy a silver gauntlet. I think I'll be fine. I think I will be okay without that silver gauntlet. It is not worth, what the fuck am I doing? Alright, it is not worth going over there, getting the silver gauntlet, and then coming back and trying to run away from that battle again. So I have dodged that bullet, as they say. Alright, so we are good. Everybody has the armor they need to have. Alright, perfect. Alright, let's get the hell out of here. This is the last room where you're like, oh shit could go bad. I could run into sorcerers, like he said before. I could run into those mages again and be rubbed out of existence. This fucking battle. God damn it. Like I said before, these things, they can basically attack and then you just die. You just drop dead. But luckily I was able to run away and I didn't have that battle to worry about. Alright, so we go back this way and we are back to the first level. And I don't have to worry about anything in this area. Except for this fucking bullshit, apparently. Holy shit! That is so much damage! Oh my god. Okay. This is like one of those situations where I guess I'm just going to use a fire too and just pray that things go the way I need them to go. I should just run away, but Owen's going to get fucking stunned here soon, so I may as well at least try to kill a few of these fuckers. Even if that puts Puff behind on experience, I don't care at this point. It's not going to matter once they get higher in levels anyway. You know what, after all that, I bet Owen's going to run away. I bet he's going to get a close call. Yeah, he is. Of course he is. I just fucking used fire too. Why wouldn't he get a close call? Oh, yes, of course. More battles. And I didn't bother healing or anything. Alright, whatever. I'm in a good spot. As long as Jay can get Lightning 2 off, or that Zeus Gauntlet off, we should be good to go. No. It's so bad. Yeah. Man, I am drawing some seriously low damage with those Zeus Gauntlet spells. I mean, that's crazy. I mean, they are weak against lightning, and I drew like fucking 30s. Like, and this is not good. This is not fucking good. I need Jay to fucking attack and kill every one of these guys right now. Alright, thank God I'm getting some good damage rolls. I mean, they only have 86 hit points. And I can't, it's not like I can't run from that battle. I have to fight that battle. Give everybody their health back now. So in case you're wondering how I'm doing this so fast, I'm actually using my keyboard. I don't have a controller. I'm using my keyboard to play through this game. I've played through this game like a billion times, so I have everything set up on my number pad. I have like 1 is left, 3 is right, 2 is down, and 5 is up. Alright, so got a few more armor here, a little bit of stuff going on, so I can trade this for that. Yeah, it's just a better armor upgrade. I'm gonna go on ahead and actually equip some of this stuff on Puff, because why the hell not at this point? I mean, I know that it doesn't matter one way or the other. Alright, so we're good here. The main thing we got to worry about, of course, in this upcoming battle, the spot in front of that treasure chest, of course, is a trapped spot. We will fight something called an Eye, which is straight out of D&D. It is a beholder. Essentially, the main thing we got to worry about is just that it does something called XXXX, which basically is the rub spell, which is an insta-kill spell. So either hopefully it will be ineffective, or I can get the mute spell off before he does anything crazy. So I will use mute here, and I'm gonna pray. Silenced? Yes, all right. He has been neutered. I don't have to worry about that guy anymore. I cannot fucking believe how lucky I was just then. Ineffective, bitch. That's what I'm talking about. Now you're gonna die. And he really doesn't have that much in the way of hit points, I don't think. Yeah, he's done. And in case anybody wanted to know, that is how you get the floater. Oh, don't forget to get this treasure chest, by the way. I almost hopped into one of the holes. So we got the floater, we're good to go. All we got to do is make it through the last part of this dungeon and get the hell out of here. So hopefully... Fuck. What do I do? Do I run? Do I fucking cast a fire too? I'm gonna just fucking cast a fire too. Try to get the hell out of here before everyone's paralyzed and I have to do this whole goddamn dungeon over again. Thank God. Holy shit. You were about to see somebody rage the fuck out on the internet. Alright. I really don't want to fucking freak out on the internet. No, he's dead. He's dead. No, he's not dead. Oh my god, I might actually get out of this fucking battle. Holy shit, this is crazy. I don't even know what to do with myself anymore. All I gotta do is make it out of this fucking dungeon. And this, my friends, if you're wondering, is why this dungeon is so hard. Oh, fuck this sorcerer, please. Oh my god, thank you for not fucking killing my character. Oh my god. Okay, thank God. I don't want to be judged for freaking out on the internet right now. Can I get out of here? You think I'm gonna make it? He's right there. So many tiles. Ah, I made it out of this fucking place. Holy shit. Fuck that dungeon. I hate it forever. Alright, that's enough of that. I think I am done with my stream. I've been streaming for the last hour and a half or so, oh my god. Thank you guys so much for watching. Draft me, please. Feel free to subscribe if you enjoyed watching me play a game you've obviously played plenty of times. And I will be back to stream probably sometime on Wednesday. So I'm done with this for now. And I will... Danielle, have a good night. Draft me, have a good night. We'll see you next time. Good night.